my commits in big chunks. Okay, but this is the part where we have this no clip float. Ah, but that's not where the actual stuff... Hold on. Let's see, how does no clip float work? It works by adding in extra white space. Huh? Okay, so if this is defined, we don't do this stuff. So this was in dither.cpp. So we might want to do that in dither.cpp. Yeah, I think we have to re-enable that. Let's see, was there anything else? Is that the only point that... No, there's another area that uses that stuff. There has to be. Okay. Yeah, so people like this. Okay, so the check-in happened on 2/1/09. Let's see, 2/1/09. Yeah, it's got to be this one. So weird that that's the only place, though. Okay, so we have to go there and I don't know. We don't want to enable that for some value. This is so weird. You see, the problem is I don't need to save this. Yeah, let's save it. It's always fun to save these. What am I saying? This is your visual log. So this is dithering clipping. Oh, and maybe I can just redraw in here because this is the same subject. Yeah, so the problem is, so this picture is from 0 to -1, right? This green line is 16-bit int. 16-bit int. Or some other thingamabob. And the thing is, with 16-bit int, you don't have that. Somehow the dithering doesn't work. But I know that we're taking the samples in as whatever you call it, floating point. I guess the first thing to do is to look at that code, even though I am terribly afraid of it. So that's going to be source.dither.cpp. Huh, looks like I took out my comment. Is there no clip no longer there? There's no clip. So how about float star p? Whoa, what happened to that code? Dest. I see. This code might have changed around quite a bit. Oh, this code just got totally deleted. So what we need is only float, no, 191. Huh. Looks like there's another place where this code got edited. Let's go look at SVN again. Richard Ash, touch that here. Abolish clipping of float values during dither processing. Has the effect of making my no clip permanently on. So that was 187 at that point. Yeah, okay, let's look at that. It looks like it's right here. Else if dest format equals float sample. This is a fairly odd. Is there any other place dest format does that? Yeah. So we might want to do that clipping when dest format equals int. This only decides if we must dither at all. The dithers are implemented by macros. Great. So when the source format equals dest format, there's no problem. Let's make the bug, reproduce the bug. So here's some stuff, and then I'm going to run this Nyquist. So 1 second, I have to pull up the bug. Yeah. Yeah, so if I go to Nyquist prompt, don't use Nyquist that often, but we can do that. I should do it at who knows at what point. Well, I don't see what happened there, but let's do it again. Get duration 1. Okay, you see that? There is a very large sample there. And if I do amplify, yeah, it says, do you want to amplify by -50 to get it in the 0 dB range again. So it's 50 decibels high. So let's see if I play. It's not going to blow my speakers up, but it will clip, and then it'll come back. And if I export this, so let's export to wave. Let me just go to my temp directory. Yeah, so I'll just call this clip, and we'll do wave clip 16-bit int. So this is int. Yeah, try that. Yeah, exporting as a wave. So that takes a little while. Now let's bring it back in. That should be mchinin temp, and then what was that called? Clip. So there you go. That doesn't look good. And if we try to amplify, yeah, it doesn't ask us for any kind of number because it's all the way up there. Maybe I can shrink that down. No, no. There, you can see it's stuck at -1, which is actually the opposite of where it is. And if we do whatever you call it, if we do export as, well, I'm gonna have to work. Yeah, let's try export as float. I believe you can set that. Maybe not. Yeah. Wasn't there another way to set wave, other uncompressed? Yeah. So you can say float, 32-bit float, for example. And if we do that, then we say clip 32-bit float. And we do that, and then we open with, what's it called? That. So yeah, that looks a little bit different from this picture. Ah, no, our waveform isn't drawing correctly. Isn't that weird? This is clipping right here. Maybe we have to zoom in. Huh, that's bizarre. Oh, now it detects it and says it's all the way up. You can see there's a blue line at the top. But this zoom, it doesn't. That is a little weird. I don't know what to think about that. But this picture here is correct. Actually, the whole thing is blue. Yeah. Well, anyway, this export thing worked a lot better. There's some dithering issue here, as you can tell. And then, whoa. I've seen this once or twice before. I don't know how to interpret it. Especially when I do my noise music, you get this kind of thing a lot. So this is probably a very high value descending from -50 from 50 decibels to 0. And along there, somehow our display doesn't draw that correctly. Well, that's a different bug, but anyway, that means the dither to float handles a little bit better. So dithering is working, but the dither to int doesn't work.